So hello world, man. This is your boy Multifamily James Perkins, your property investor and realtor. I just felt like I had to do this. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for that purchase. All my vets, blow your horns. Anybody trying to get money, please blow your horns right now. Let's get this money. Let's get this money. We starving. We Ethiopian out here. And I'm not saying that derogatory or nothing. We just got to eat. Life has kicked us down. The game owes us with interest. So listen, as you listen to this, I'm talking to you. This is my heart, man, my heart. I'm fighting for my life here. Real estate is it. Blood in, blood out. You already know. Hey, this is James Perkins. Hashtag multifamily James. Hashtag listening assassin. Hashtag your realtor nightmare. Why? What qualifies me to be talking this real estate stuff so good? Let's go back. Flashback, backstory. Came out the Marine Corps without a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, okay? I came here with nothing, dead broke. There's a video I got, and I was mopping piss off the floor, and I was like, man, one day I'm gonna watch this. One day, and I'm gonna be successful. And I'm gonna watch and laugh. Fell on my face a few times, man, and then this duplex popped up in a town called Waterbury, Connecticut. A nice little hut home. I took it over a weekend, and then I put 2 tenants in there. Then I learned what it was to be in real estate. Got paid every month, but I was just living for free. You know me, I'm not gonna stop, right? Of course, you're not gonna stop either. So, my hunger was to be paid every month. And that was me sliding up out of my duplex and copping another one. Man, my plan was to own the whole town. All the hot spots, Bunker Hill, Town Plot, East Mountain. I used to drive around. I said, boy, I'm not leaving till I own the whole town. Own these markets. And I did. I did that. It was a hope and a dream that became reality. So here you are, right? You're listening to me. And you're probably just trying to figure it out. Stop trying to figure it out when people have already done this for you. You just need to know where you're going, right? Life will take you where you need to go. And all that BS going on right now, that's white noise. We're going to get this money, man. You build with me, I'm going to make sure, I'm going to motivate you. We're going to get you out these streets, man, because we want to put you in front of a mic so you can have your testimony. You just paid me, whatever that was, to hear me talk. And yes, I damn well deserve it. Listen, man, I'm a blood in, blood out guy. When it comes to real estate, I'm impregnable. I'll eat your heart out. Mike Tyson is game, man. So here's my story. I deserve to tell you this. It's an honor for me to tell you this. And listen, you're going to listen to this, and we're going to talk about you, man, because nobody talking about you right now. You're like a peon right now to your boys and your girls, all your acquaintances. But I'm going to take this little peon and put him on the map, So let's go. Just press the track. We're going to get it done. Hello. This is Multifamily James, hashtag listening assassin. CST La Vie. Let me just shout out my hood that built me. Custer Street, Stamford, Connecticut. Let's put that out the way. We done. So let's talk about now these coward investors right now who are acting like they're big and tough and got 1 door, 2 doors. Get out my face with that, man. Come on. The ones that are sitting around waiting for me to go make a deal work for them. Of course not. Sit your behind down. Let the big people come in and do their job. Come on, man. Look at you. You're sitting there, you may got a couple $100,000 in there, but you're scared to use it. It's like you holding something and you're scared to even utilize it. Wasting people's time. Why do you come to my listings? Why do you hit the market and act like you're doing anything? You don't do nothing but just take up air. Come on, man. Come on. Let me tell you back. Flashback. So I'd met this lady at an open house, man, and she's like, I'm a big time investor lady. I want to expand my portfolio. And I said, look, man, I got a market somewhere, quote unquote, anywhere. I call it anywhere, where you can make some cash flow that can really, really flip your pockets. So she's like, okay, takes her boyfriend. This is old money, by the way. So I take her up and I show her some not let's say a live town, but I'm telling her this is where the money's gonna be in a bit. They got the nerve to disrespect me. This is literally, like, to me, the ultimate disrespect. She looks at my whole, basically tears me down as an investor. I said, you know what, lady and your boyfriend, just step out of my face, please. Again, we know what it is. I'm a guy, I'm an investor just like you. And I can look in your eyes and tell what you're gonna do. Keep your money in your pocket. Like, the game doesn't need you. The tenants don't need you. Someone else is gonna come in and do exactly what needs to be done. So please, jump on your Zillow, right? And be looking at the glass. Look, I'm getting money. I got money in coronavirus. You were scared and you were sitting there and didn't know when the world was, you didn't know what the world's gonna be. I shot my shot in coronavirus. So I knew I was that dude. I am that dude because I survived that. I filled units in coronavirus, man. In 2020, what happened? We all know what happened. Didn't even have masks, didn't have gloves at that time. I knew I'm here for a reason, dude. I know I'm here for a reason. So if you're a coward, please just step off this. I took your money. You're not getting it back. You're not getting a refund. The game don't give refunds, man. So look, I want to clear that out. If you're that real deal investor, you're going to continue to look. Get these cowards, man. Get them out the markets. Let's find who they are and clear them out the markets. We buy and hold, and we just starve them. Starve them. Starve them. Please starve coward investors, because I don't want them in my markets, man. And you know where they are, right? So I'm looking at my Ace Boone Coon, right? I'm looking at my guy Big Time Brandon here, and he's just soaking this in. Like, this guy is nuts, but being nuts is what's in right now. I gotta feed my kids, man. I gotta feed my kids. I gotta get fat. My grandkids gotta get fat, and this is the only way to do it. So this is Multifamily James. Please, let's wash out all that cowardness and let's get this money. Get this money, and you know where the money's at. The roof over your head, and I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. Hashtag the best. Ain't nobody seeing me in this game, because I got you paying me money to listen to me talk my talk. And I'm gonna leave it like that. Uno. This is Multifamily James, listing assassin in the building. And I want to first of all tell you my blood, like what's pumping in my veins, right? I got this real estate in there, man, and I'm a fiend for it. But let me tell you, the wind behind my back is because I got two lovely children, Leon and Leah. So, when my son was born, I went to Japan back then, right? And I spent some time. My man Ancient right here, he know what it was. We had him in Japan, and I'm sitting there looking at listings and trying to get the next deal for him. So he was literally like a month old, and I had a deal. Had a multifamily deal with his name on it. Now that kid owns more homes than most people ever own in their life. I love that kid, man. That's the bloodline right there. My son, I love him to death. Even though he, sometimes kids misbehave, but, I go hard for my son. And then, I got the double whammy, had my daughter, right? I bought my little burr, right? And, me and my wife were feeling ourselves, and we had the daughter, right? So I had something on the contract before she even came out. And I said, that was my daughter's house, Leah's house. I said, how that feel, though, to really go out? You got the heir and the heiress, right? You don't know how it feels when you close a deal and you be like, that's my son's house. Like, I don't own nothing. At least this for my kids. This multifamily movement for my kids. I own nothing. Like, imagine this, right? Because a lot of us have been in this game, and we've seen our parents come and pass, and we get nothing. I had to stop that. And listen, I go hard for those two kids. My daughter don't got much teeth in her mouth, but look at it, she's a homeowner, man. Like, I walked to the final walkthrough of her first house. She was in my hand, like literally, you got the little Graco thing, and I put her down in the kitchen, and I'm doing the final walkthrough. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, this is bloodline issue right now, dude. Like, you got kids out here that don't have nothing, and what they're gonna do, they're gonna turn around and do nothing. You gotta put the battery in these kids' back and show them certain things, man. Like my son, he can do carpentry, he can do everything, but I want him to do everything. Like, why go out there, fill out that job application, and not know your true potential? My daughter can run some books, you know, get her on QuickBooks, get her on Excel. Like, you got to start feeding your kids something, man. Give them something to really work for. Like, daddy's a superhero. But again, you don't understand this. Like, you don't understand me. You think I'm a crazy nut that I just be talking real estate. I'm turned out when it comes to this, man. Like, this is all I do. Like, this is it. I had a dream. Like, I was going to cut everything out and just go real estate, 100%. You know how crazy this game is right now, man? Do you know how crazy the game is right now? Like, dudes was getting laid off. And I'm like, whoa, like, dudes is getting crushed last year. Dudes still getting crushed this year. And I'm bobbing and weaving like Muhammad Ali in this game. Like, this is what I do, man. Like, I'm telling you, like, this is me. This is real estate, 100%, as I told you. I met a lot of good people in this. You know, and I'm sure that my kids are going to meet a lot of good people. Like, why even make it hard for your children? Like, we struggled. I'll hustle my behind off, and I'm trying to keep it PG, right? So I hustle my behind off, engineer. Like, this is it. Like, if I could shed tears right now with wood, I'm a tough man, and that's what Custom Street has done for me. But this is it, dude. Like, I'm done. Like, my kids have everything. And when you're done, like with me, and like once we're done, and my end result, your kids are going to have to just, your kids are just going to have to deal with a whole bunch of real estate. They're going, when the casket drop, they got to go to see the lawyer and hear how much stuff they own. That's the only way to survive, man. The only way to survive. And I'm going to wrap up that track like this. Stop. So look, let's talk to you about the difference between getting rich and getting wealthy, right? So everybody has this aspiration to, I want to be a millionaire. I'm telling you, selling yourself short, you are. You can literally scratch a Powerball and make $1 million, right? Now, when you got that million, what are you going to do with it? You can piss that away as quick as you got it. You can take a look at all those stories, right, and see all these millionaires that scratched tickets and got that money. Where are they at right now, right? So that's getting rich, right? Because you can easily go and get $1 million fall from the sky and it's in your pocket or in your hands. Talk about wealth, because that's what I kick right now. Wealth is when you spend all that money and come back. If you take a look at your phone right now, and it's at the end of the month, right? We can go on E at the end of the month and it's coming right back. Where do you feel you're in the best position to win? When you're wealthy or are you rich? An engineer looking at me, he looking at the computer at the same point, right? I'm scared of being rich because if I don't have a plan for the money, it's gone. But if I'm wealthy, right, I don't need to have that big bag, but I could work towards that big bag because I can take those risks. I'm not nervous. It's coming back to me, right? So listen, let me tie this into real estate right now, right? Real estate is a vehicle that allows you to generate wealth over time. So remember, in my state of Connecticut, people pay by the 10th, right? But that's every 10th. So if you're not a bozo, not stupid, right? You can pile your money up every 10th and go for that bigger bag. Engineer, does that make sense? That make a lot of sense, man. So I tell people this, right? Get wealthy first, and let's figure a way to get rich. Like, does that make sense? It makes perfect sense. I got my man Big Time Brandon here. He's looking at me with his mouth open. My man Ancient looking at me with like, oh my God, like this is new stuff. Stop it, bro. Stop it. I know a lot of rich people who done lost it all. Like, it's harder. Like, look, it takes planning. And that's what I do. I do this. So you're going to do this. You're listening. You bought that CD. We going to do this together, man. So look, let's get wealthy first because that is going to take a little work. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. You just got to do it. Go get your money, Multifamily James. That's why I made that transition out, because I had so much stuff going on. I bled so hard. I'm like, look, these multifamilies are calling my name and saying, look, sit your behind down. You make more money than you work at your job. Like, come on, man. You're living for free. Like, this is play money right at this point. So let me just kind of circle this out, man. It's the three type of people. Remember, I'm telling you this. If I ain't telling you anything, you're a sales rep, you are a business owner, or you are an investor. And my engineer is just like, yo, this is facts. Stop. Don't do anything else, dude. Like, what are you going to do? What are you really going to do? I told you so. I told you so. And don't tell me you don't have any other options, because you sure do. I'm from the streets. I show you the pic of my son. We went to Custer Street the other day, and there's people that have nothing. They come with nothing. That's subsidized housing. I'm not going back there. And you don't have to live in that situation too. But you got to have a dream. You got to have some motivation, which I'm going to pull out of you. I'm going to pull out of you. All right, so look, I want to talk to y'all about, loyalty, right? We talk about this blood in, blood out mindset. I'm not talking about being in a gang. I'm talking about you're going to commit yourself to this real estate thing. When I say realist, it's realist state. You can't be real if you're backdooring the people who put you in the spot. So let me just give you some kind of insight. So there was one person I was dealing with, one seller I was dealing with, and, I sold this house, right? And that's pretty easy for me to do. I sell homes in 2 weeks. I committed this guy, his house was going to sell in 2 weeks. That happened. Why he has me doing the dance for the other house that he's trying to sell? At the time I met the guy, he had another house that he tried to sell himself, which, okay, that's cool. Like, that was done before I even jumped in there. It was on the contract. Okay, now it fell apart. Why are you having me work for this after I sold your other house? Like, we keep things in the family. Like, I'm not going to go backdoor you. Okay, so I'm 100%. Could be anybody in this room, we do business. You backdoor me, you may catch a backhand. And that's just because I love you like that. Like, if we're going to go and you're going to call me up and we're going to go back and forth, so be it. Like, you got to be in a position to walk away. Because you can't have in your team people looking at the other guy and taking all the time. Like, you can't do that. We need 100% organic business. You can't be running around. I've already shown you what I did. I've shown you this. I want it all. Like, I don't want half of the thing. I'm not competing. When I showed you my product. So if you're going to run out there and try to look for other options, I think it's not meant to be. Like, it's not meant to be. I'm going to cut you out, and then I'm going to step all over you. I'll bring another guy in your slot, and then we just get all that money together. Remember, don't ever bite the hand that feeds you in this business. Don't ever bite the hand that feeds you. Remember, I'm Multifamily James, right? Remember, you are what you are, right? You're that name. Your name's got to be clean. And to get the bigger deals, your name's got to be clean. As much as we say this is a free market at this point, once you get up to the upper echelon, your name has to hold weight. Like, it's just what it is. And nobody wants to have a cloudy title. When I say cloudy title, right? So a cloudy title on a house, the same as a cloudy title on a name. If XYZ name ain't good, maybe this guy ain't going to deal with you because you screwed somebody back in the day that he knew. So you need your family tight because, again, there's a lot of deals for you to get. And I'm going to wrap it up like that. Like, keep your name clean in these streets because, you never know who's watching. Big brother watching. Keep it 110. Not even 100, 110. That's what we're talking about. Blood in, blood out, real estate. This is Multifamily James. # Listen Assassin. Cut that track, selector. Cut that track. All right, so let's talk about your name, how important it is to have a clean name. Remember back in The Wire when, what was it, Marlo was saying, my name is my name? That's how it runs these streets. Remember, a lot of these bigger deals, right, are run by the same families. And families deal with families. So let's say, for instance, the Legassi brothers. Like, these guys. Like, I know the guy because my neighbor knows the Legassi brothers. Like, you can't just step in a deal and say, man, I just got some money and I just feel like doing something. sometimes money doesn't work. That track record's got to work. So, let's say, for instance, you want to do some private money. Your name's got to hold that weight. You need that credibility. I would not do anything that tarnishes your name out here. Like, these deals do not trade on the market. The bigger deals don't. It's family to family. And again, like I told you, you want to keep a clean name. Keep your name good. All right, let's say you got a realtor and the realtor does a really good job. Don't cut your realtor out. Don't play with your realtor because, again, the realtor may know the other guy on the other side. The realtor may have just feel like he just has a bad day. And something, remember, all right, there's two realtors, right? So there's a listing side and a buy side. Let's say you got a buy side and you're on the buy side. The listing agent knows you and you have a bad reputation with the listing agent. I'm not saying anything, but it holds weight. Keep your name clean. It's better not to argue. Like, it's better for you to solve things and be a person. Going to court, it just makes things public, and that doesn't look good. Like, it just doesn't. It just does not look good when you have your name versus this guy. No, like, a lot of these things can be handled at the kitchen table. My landlord business is built like that. Like, if me and the tenant got a problem, like, we can cut the lights off and just go downstairs. But ain't nothing gonna be said. It's gonna be, I may have my lumps, and they may have, now I'm not talking about that, but it's gotta be handled. You gotta take care of that inside. Like, my name is my name. Like, you hear Multifamily James in these streets, like, it's gotta be clean. Like, you know me. I'm out here, I'm the nut that's going and talking about real estate. You've never heard this. A lot of people got their bag and moved away. I'm not going anywhere. And again, like, to be that top guy, it may not be now, your name has to hold. When I hear Rush, right? Rush has got to be, okay, Rush has a family of people who are in this game. Like, my guy, client Brandon, passed on and passed this to his nieces and nephews. And now the Rush families is getting this because the name. We want to make sure they carry that momentum. That makes sense, engineer? Like, it's all facts. So stop screwing people over and let's start doing real business. Leave it here. This is Multifamily James, CST boy for life. Let's get it done. All right, so this is Multifamily James again. I got big time Brandon in the building, big time Cat in the building. All your vets, if y'all trying to talk about real estate, blow your horns real quick. I don't hear it. Blow that, like, literally, the car's got to go nuts. So let's talk about friends and family for a bit, because you know my stance on it. Friends and family don't mix when it comes to real estate business. I tell you this, right? In the first parts of your investing career, what you want to call it that, or your whatever it is, they're just not going to see the vision. It's just how it goes, man. You got to cut off some of the excess off your circle. All right. So I'm curious to see what Brandon's been through, because I tell you what I've been through, and hopefully that helps. Let's leave it to Brandon first. Let's talk.
I'm here.
All right. What's up?
Friends and family, that traditional, they're on the same route. We grow up. We get jobs. We buy these expensive, whatever. We retire.
Mm-hmm.
You take that alternate route. I'm jumping into multifamily. First thing you hear, oh, you a landlord now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you a landlord now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you got tenants now.
Wow.
It's like, no, I'm getting checks now.
Wow.
I'm moving on now.
Wow.
I'm working less now.
Mm-hmm.
Life is good now, but they don't want to hear that because they don't see it. They want to see it. Inside, they want to see it, but they can't.
Of course not. So, back to what I was saying, like with me, again, it was like that. Like, again, if I'm a landlord, you don't got to do nothing for me. I ain't asking for the money. But let's talk about now, I transitioned into this realtor business. And again, I can be an asset for a lot of people. I just ain't see it. Like with my friends and family, I'm pulling too much to get the same result that I get with a stranger. Like, I don't understand. Like, you got to understand. I think a little deeper. Like, I'm not begging you for business. I never beg you. But it should be a little easier dealing with somebody who knows you. But you're dealing with the other guy. Like, come on. I'm the hungry realtor, right? But you're going with the other guy. I had people deceive me. Literally try to use the page out of my book in my markets to try to get business and not even use me. Like, that don't make sense to me at all. It don't make sense. Like, so I tell people this. We're going to make this 2 for 1 here. Your circle's got to get smaller. Build a business, and when the smoke clears, you know who you need to deal with. People can't see vision. Like, they just can't see it. You came in and, you went to school with them and you rock with them a bit. They hold that against you. It's just what it is. And then when you hit and when you're on, now they say, man, I knew that guy. I'm going to try to get some out of him. Like, I don't believe in that. I believe in this, right? I look at a small business. I say, look, it's time to nurture this thing. You're not talking, like, I'm looking at Brandon right now. So let's say, for instance, Brandon say he's trying to build a business. I got to hold him, nurture him, and say, look, I want to make you big. Like, how many of us have heard of this? Like, that's weird to me. Like, family, they don't give a damn about you, dude. Like, you're there, your blood, but it's not blood in, blood out. And that's what we need. You as an investor, you need your family. The family who's going to really go out all out. What happens when you need a private money deal, right? What happens when you need some money? What are they going to do? Just look like a deer in the headlights? I got deer in my house right now, my 5-bedroom house. There's deer, I go flash a light on them. They do the same thing. So why the hell I need somebody else? I asked them for money or something, private money, and I don't need that. I heard a deer in my house right now. You know where I came from, man? I came from you can see the pic across the street. Like I did that, me and my son went there. You saw that. My grandmother she never had a home for herself. My mother never owned a home. Like, dude, either you with me or you don't have me. That's just it, right? So I suggest, right, in your circle right now, the best thing for you to do is let's start seeing who's really going to rock with you. Which friends are going to rock with you? Because, again, let's cut the fat off because when you have less luggage, it's easier to get to the gate. And I'm going to leave it like that. Multifamily James, big time Brandon, big time Cat. It's what we do. All right, so you're a small business. Y'all got them aspirations. Don't go to your friend and family first. Like, don't do that. Like, that's the easiest way to end up out the business. It could be any business you got. The first thing you need to do is learn to feed yourself, which is learn to connect with strangers. We had a track before. We talked about family and friends, how they deceive you, lie to you. Assume they don't exist. Because if you learn to feed yourself, you can take your business to any part of this country and survive. Right? What do you have to do? You ever heard of AIDA, right? You got to attract the client. You got to interest the client. Get the client to decide on you. And then get the client to take action. It's as simple. Those 4 letters there will get your business to blow. I didn't know my guy Ancient. I didn't know him. We didn't grow up on the same block. I'm from CST, Custer Street. He's from Bowles Park, which is in Hartford. There's 2 different hoods. There's no reason for me to know this guy. But again, we attracted, we're interested, right? We decided that we're going to rock with each other, and then we got stuff done. I was his producer. I'm still his producer right now. He does rap music, okay? So you can't grow if you're dealing with people that you just know. Like, it doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. Like, you want to be the hood star, or do you want to be a guy who could touch different markets? I suggest, if we're rocking together, right? If me and you rocking together, I'm going to get you to think past that street you lived on. You have to learn the art of attraction. Once you have enough, you'll be able to feed yourself. And then you can feed your community. We're big time players, right? In a big ocean. We're eating up everything. Don't let us come to your hood. You see? the "We Buy Houses" sign on the car, you know it's over. You know, I sent my guy Brandon to go scope it out. If you see the multifamily hat, you know it's done. Don't even try it. If you see my guy with the ancient hat on, it's over. And that's what we're gonna say there. Thank you. This is Multifamily James. I'm rocking with y'all the long way. Rock with y'all the long way. Uno. There, this is Multifamily James. Hashtag Listening Assassin. We're gonna talk about this female that we know. She's all around town. And she's called gentrification. So let's talk about this in a nutshell, right? Let's say you got this neighborhood. They wanna change it up a bit. So they let people in there, fix it up a bit. And as it's fixed up, the property values and the rents go up over time. So the people who originally lived there have a problem. Either they can pay the higher rent or get out. This is happening in every neighborhood. It's gonna eventually happen. I've seen markets that have literally just changed over in the past 5 to 10 years. Brandon, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Let's hear. What's your experience with gentrification?
Gentrification. Let's see. Harlem.
Yep.
Harlem. Perfect example. Family down there, 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Living cheap, living good, living all right. Things come in. $600 rent. Turn into $1,000. Turn into a 15. You can't hold on to that $600 rent for too long.
Definitely. And you got investors out here, and everyone's hungry to get a piece of that pie because they know that the rents are going to go from wherever they're at to something higher. Let's talk about Connecticut for a second. So, I was raised in Stamford, Connecticut, and in the 90s, you can get a house for like $150. The house now is worth $700. Like, that is what we call gentrification in a nutshell. You know, you got guys from Indiana looking for property in this town. Like, to me, it's just some stomping grounds I used to have. But to them, they see the movement. So we talk about this great migration thing. But it's a thing. And don't even try to steal this because it's my thing. You can see how everyone's pushing up. They push from Stamford, Connecticut to Bridgeport, Connecticut. Now, Bridgeport is starting to get really overpopulated, right? Not enough great units. So what's happening? They pushed that up to where I have my stomping grounds, which is Waterbury. Now, Waterbury is starting to really tighten up on supply. The great stuff isn't there. The rents are shooting up like a rocket. So at this point, I started with $1,200 3-bedroom apartments. Guys are getting 15 in that market. Like, that's crazy to me. To me, that's like, oh my gosh. But it's only going higher. Where are these guys going? I'm not going to tell you where because I'm not going to put my man's business out there. My clients are already there. That's just gentrification in a nutshell. It's going to continue to push and push, put pressure on those who have nothing. Like, there's haves and have-nots. The have-nots are going to be pushed, and eventually the bubble's going to burst. So, you know, I cannot say anything about gentrification because I'm a licensed realtor, but it's something that you need to be aware of. When it happens, you gotta make your move. You gotta make your move. It's a two-way street, right? So you can't just come in here and say, look, I flip houses or something. You gotta offer the client something to draw them in. So I've learned how I've gotten business is let me serve you and you serve me, right? It's an exchange of values or something. So when you go about your day, and maybe that's kind of like top level stuff, telling you how to get money. I'm saying, look, ancient, but look, man, like, you seem like a good dude. What do you want? Like, let's put this business down. How do I get really into your circle? Like, how to become that dude? Ask him the question. He says, okay, here's what I need. It's done. When I finish that, I'm in that circle. Like, lot of competition, but not many people are saying, look, how can I serve you? I mean, make sense what I'm saying? Like how, like this dude was like, look, man, I just need somebody who will rock like as much as he had ambition, and I came and I said, look, all right, here's what I'm doing. See what I'm saying? I provide you a need, right?
Yeah.
You're here, like you like this real estate, and I bring it to you. Like that's what we need to do. As much as I'm getting, like he's gonna buy deals and I'm make money. This is something that is worth more than the money to be doing this. Like he's in this thing for real. Like a realtor calling at 5:30 in the morning.
That's it.
About we going back and forth about something that he about to do. Like that's what people need. Like it's just not just okay, give, but take. It's look, how can you mutually benefit from what we're doing?
That's it.
You know?
Right.
You damn know I'm gonna flip the money. It's studio time, bro. Like that's what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna flip studio time and get him on the microphone. That's done. You know. So, what do you offer the market at this point? It can't just be you trying to get rich out here, because they ain't gonna let you get rich out here. They're probably gonna come through and assassinate you like Martin Luther King. They're gonna come right on you like on Sunset Boulevard like Tupac. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they do, but these guys, you gotta be a middle ground guy. Just okay, here's what it is. You can't run around with some diamonds on your wrist. They let me walk here. They let me walk around and I'm straight because I kick some stuff and I'm getting money, you know. But you gotta be 100. You gotta be 100% with this thing.